Go. Hi, everyone, and welcome to
Boo, you whore.
a review show for all things Dragula Season 5. It's coming up really soon in the next couple of weeks, so I'm here with my ghoulies. They would like to introduce themselves. You know what?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, my name is Meg. I am 22 from New Zealand.
Hi, my name is Mikey. I'm 25 from California.
And my name is Morgan. I'm 25 from Ohio.
And my name is Benji. I am 27, also from California. All right. I know I have watched Dragula since the very beginning. I don't know about you, ghoulies, but when did we start watching Dragula? When did we fall in love? What were some of the moments that we've held dear when watching this show?
I mean,
Um,
I. Oh,
I was just gonna say I've been watching since the beginning. I remember when the first season started airing and watching it and just being like, wow, this is something so different from the like sameness we get on Drag Race, especially modern Drag Race. Sometimes like it's just something unique and it was really fun and I have watched every season ever since.
I kind of have to agree with that just because Dragula in its time, first off, it was a web series first before it became what it is now. So to have that kind of accessibility and to something different, something that I'd never been exposed to, because back before 2016, you couldn't get me near a horror film even with a crucifix. The worst thing I saw was like, oh shit, I can see it, but I can't. It wasn't good enough if I don't remember the title. So, oh, it was The Purge. Like it was more suspense, so I didn't really touch anything like close to that. But to be able to see like the artistic side of drag, like as a dancer, performer, and being in the arts in general, that's something that clicked for me. I was like, oh shit, like this is a medium that I can like stomach this, and to be able to use that as like the gateway into some
Love
of the other
that.
things that I do now.
Yeah, for me, I was like a later watcher of Dragula. I'm a big horror fan, love horror movies. And so watching Drag Race, it was all kind of, cookie cutter for the most part. Like we get the same old, same old. But when I found Dragula, I was like, oh, this is right up my alley. Like the filth, the horror, like that's what I love about Dragula. All of the like creepy, crawly oddities of it all. That's the best part for me.
for me,
What are oh go ahead, Matt, go ahead.
sorry. For me, I started watching Dragula back in season one, and it was on YouTube, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, the quality ain't there, but there's something special about it. And as it's grown, not only just the quality of it, but the fan base, it's just like grown into something I love. I'm also a horror movie girly. So seeing like drag and horror just like put together is just like, yes, this is my thing.
I feel that.
Um
Damn, that
what
sounded so unenthusiastic. I do feel that.
what's everybody's favorite past extermination?
Oh, damn. They're okay. I won't say. Ooh, that's a good one because there's a way that I want to answer this. There's one that I always look away from, and then there's one that I would not mind doing. I love the like operation style execution one from season three, where
Ooh.
it was between Miss Madeline Hatter and Priscilla Chambers, and something it's something Priscilla says that just gets me. She's like, "Can I just lip sync for my life?" And I die. Like,
Period.
and then Madeline's all like, "Damn, that's a huge wire cut. Okay, or that's a lot of wire cut."
I'm trying to
Oh,
think of who else was in the one that I like pops into mind for me. I know Jay Jolie was in it in whatever season it was, season four. I think maybe Sigourney.
was it
I'm
the
not sure.
roaches?
Yeah, when they're like in a room and
Mhm.
just getting bugs
Oh,
poured all
yeah.
over
It
them
was just
and it's
those two.
That
crawling.
was Jade and Sigourney, yeah.
Yeah, that one sticks in the mind for me. I'm like a bug phobia person, so if it's like the creep, if it icks me out, then like I'm enjoying myself as long as it's not happening to me.
I think the one that I always enjoy watching, but I could never fucking do it is the getting buried alive. Like
Yes.
that one is always so fucking crazy to watch.
Mhm.
And girl, I mean, I couldn't do most of the things that the bitches on Dragula do, but one thing I absolutely could not do is that.
I feel that. Jesus.
I feel like for me, there's just like a singular look to one of my favorites, and that is when in season 4 they have like the latex kind of suffocating them. And I don't know why,
Ooh.
but the look of that like terrified me. I'm like, these bitches cannot breathe. And it reminds me a lot of like season 1's Rubber Man of American Horror Story, which I'm a huge fan of. And
Mm.
like I'm just like, damn, it looks so like scary and creepy, but also kind of slow.
I have a really interesting question, not necessarily off topic, but out of all the themes and whatnot that we've seen for the challenges as far as like their looks, which one would you want to recreate? And what's kind of like the basis of what you would do for that?
That is a good question. That's like a thinker. I have to sit and stew on
Right.
her for a minute.
I
No,
think for me, I love vampires, so I would say the vampire one from I guess like season 3 or in Resurrection they had to do vampires, and I would definitely take it kind of a countess route. Um, I'm big fan of the countess and kind of her aesthetic. I kind of like glamour, but like the with the blood and like she doesn't bite people. She just has these like fucking amazing claws that she just like I love that and something kind of to pay homage to the Countess.
I love
Sure.
that.
I'd say for me, probably the like base your look off of like an iconic horror character. I would love to do like a full Freddy Krueger, like full knife fantasy, like gross melted skin, full knives ready to claw the bitches. A cute little sweater, just a little Christmas sweater for the girls. That would be cute. A
Will it
fedora, if
have
you will.
will it have your letter in it like it was in Harry Potter? Have the
Period.
initials. Um, for me, because I've been thinking of a lot of characters lately, and I had also wanted to pursue drag at one time. The way I saw my drag character was not necessarily like of a certain form or whatnot. It was them as an entity. So to kind of see them in this like half white, half black look with all white, like the boulets do with their eyes, and just kind of become that and have that be like my horror, if you will, just to be that menacing person that gets to be unrelenting, that gets to be unapologetic, that gets to be and get revenge for all the things weren't necessarily that weren't necessary to be done to them, and to be able to react to that without like consequence. So that's something I've definitely had a lot of thought about, but that would be my main like horror trope, if you will.
Oh, she came prepared. She had her answer.
Oh, trust me, I did. She comes prepared.
Um, I one like runway that I thought was really fucking hilarious was when they had to be the pregnant alien on season 2. And I don't know, I couldn't even begin to imagine like what I would do for that, but I always thought like if I wanted to get a shot at any of them, it would be that one. I thought it was so
Period.
camp. and like I will never forget who it was. James Majesty with the CD drive.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Like, come on.
Ooh. Speaking of camp moments, I was looking at the Witch floor show just recently, and I just love how Vander randomly screams, "LA tap water," and then dissipates. It's great. It's fucking great. All right. So knowing that we've all been ride or die fans, we watched 5 seasons and one special for Resurrection. Seeing it evolve and form into what it is now, what are you looking for when it comes to who you're rooting for and who you would like to see, or what type you would like to see represent Dragula?
Honestly, a lot of what I'm rooting for doesn't have to do with the cast, because from what I've seen from this cast so far, I think they're all gonna bring it. Um, I really want to see like unique, like I want to see location challenges again. I want to see like I want to see them step up their game for like the challenges, because I think with what I've seen from this cast so far, they could turn out some really amazing things if they get the right outlet to do so.
Mhm. I agree, and we've seen very varied styles of drag. Like Vander was more on the horror side. Bitch was more like video game and different types of
And
characters who are like strong
more
ass women.
filthy.
Definitely more filth. Sorry, every time I think of her final filth floor show, I have to skip that because I will puke. I
It's
can't. It's so
it was
good.
so good.
Oh, I don't know. I was looking at an interview with her earlier as well, just a side note. And she said she picked some like random ass like country song to come roll out to the floor show because that was the only time they could pick music. So it was comedic and raunchy and filthy. Shit, I wish they got the clearance for that. That would have been fucking hilarious. Uh, but I'm looking for, and I do have to agree with Mikey. The cast is gonna eat. There's no way, shape, or form that they aren't. After seeing this first era of Dragula, and I can't wait to see the new and fresh things that they're gonna bring to the table. Um, but I like someone who can bring it all while still bringing themselves, which is essentially what Dragula is looking for. But to not lose that essence, and you kind of learn about somebody through their drag. So to be able to take that personal journey as well as going through their drag and seeing that in that lens is something I'm going to look forward to. Um, it's anyone's game. And I can't wait to see who like brings it. I like things that like get me out of my chair, that like not necessarily spook me, but it intrigues me to want to be like, yes, I want to do that. That inspires me to think of this. Like, I want something that's thought provoking.
I love your guys' so positive outlook. I'm here for the drama. I'm here for the drama. I want the girls to fight. I want some backstabbing. I want some blind sides. I want the key of life or death. Like I need some drama. That's what I look for anytime I'm watching Dragula. They always provide. So I'm not like worried we're not gonna get it. So especially this cast has like a lot of really big personalities. Like some of the other seasons, like it's been like half a half, or like some people are a little reserved. This season, it feels like everyone's coming in like swinging. So I'm really excited for this one.
Honestly, I kind of agree with all of you. Not to be miscongeniality or anything,
Come on,
but
pageant queen.
period. I I mean, I just remember Dali season 4 in the confessional being like, let's just like see how all of this happened. And then you have like Hoso being like, I was talking, I was talking, I was talking. And then like mm, Jade and another queen kind of having their little spat and just like just a lot of chaos. And like I think that kind of like the cauldron that was just like so funny to me, and I just really loved that. Honestly, cast girlies who don't like each other, just like manufacture that shit. But also like I want to see just queens or kings or performers just in general just reinvent the wheel, just do something different, just like have their brand. Just like I just want to I I don't know, I just want everything. I don't know. I'm just greedy like that.
Yeah, this season for me, I'm loving the drag king representation. That's not something we get to see a lot. We did get a little taste. We got a few little tastes, a few little morsels here and there, but this season we have like a good few. So I'm really excited for that, and they all seem like pretty standout. So
I'm excited for the references, considering it seems like we have a lot of out of country representation as well, not just with the varied forms of drag. So I would love to see what references they're going to bring to the table with um their drag when it comes to their culture as well, and that the way Hoso has done it recently. I say her specifically because hers stands out the strongest to me out of the recent seasons. I know Zavaleta did it a lot as well with her like space cowboy look, and her original horror look in the first episode where it was based on, I believe, a Spanish painter.
mhm.
So things like that, I like that. Those poke my brain. It's fun. Ugh! Okay, sorry, I had to switch. But without further ado, we're gonna get into the girlies. But first, before I do, just a disclaimer. In the words of Drac and Swan, drag is art and art is subjective. We are here to give our opinions and nothing but our opinions. We have a vast amount of ideas when it comes to an audience level, those who have been in drag before, those who have been entertained or entertaining before. We have a scope and a lens on how we like to see things, and it doesn't mean that anyone is good or better or worse than anyone else. It's just like this is the competition. Let's see you get it. And we're watching from a viewer perspective. If you don't like it, that's fine. You could leave us a little opinion in the comments, but if it gets nasty, I'm not here for it. Go find your mama. But without
Argue
further
with the
ado,
wall.
argue with the wall.
Mhm.
You won't win. But we're going to get into um getting into the Meet the Ghouls of season 5 for the Boulay Brothers. All right, so we're reading them from
Period.
the Entertainment Weekly article here. What'd y'all think of the group shot first before we even get into the individual books? What did you think when you first saw it?
I thought it was cool, and it looked like everybody did a good job, but there's not like a theme, and so the group shot doesn't necessarily do much for me further than the individual shots do. I think they all look sickening, but it looks like they took their individual photos, put them all in here, and went,
Right. There was no like scope for them to be a group for a photo, but that's not a bad thing. They all look,
oh,
like you said, sickening.
yeah, they all look great, and I think I like um I really love the individuality that some of them are already showcasing,
Mhm.
but they're like specifically with like Orkgotic, Blackberry, Onyx, and Niahuru, it looks like they could be trying to serve the same thing as like the Boulay brothers are with red and black, but then you have like JK over with the who's serving Majora's Mask, and it's like it just doesn't feel connected in the way you want a group photo to look.
And I also think Dragula deserves the in similar fashion to how Drag Race does. The Drag Race girls get different looks for promo. I don't see why they don't get the same and get to live that out.
Mhm.
They deserve it. They certainly get the same amount of budget now, thank God. But I would love for them to continue to express their creativity and be like, "Ooh, we get an extra look. Okay, let's turn this shit out." Because what I noticed, and we'll get into it because I know we've like scoured the looks a little bit, is that from the EW articles to the runway, I love seeing these outfits, but I would have loved to have seen more than just these outfits, and
Mm.
them being able to be supplied to do so. That way, you get multiple opportunities to kind of see how they are, rather than
Mhm.
just giving them this. Although they all look phenomenal, but we'll get into that.
Yeah. I feel like the the one upside, I guess, to like no theme is that they get to show off their brand. Um, I would say like you can see their like look and kind of potentially see what we're gonna see from them. And for a lot of them, I'm very, very excited. For maybe one or two of them, I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. But that's just me.
And you're valid for that.
Very. All right. Well, without further ado, we're gonna get into our first school, who is none other from the house of gorgeous Miss Anaphylactic. All
Oh,
right,
thank
now
God.
Miss. I didn't know who was gonna be sharing, but yes, Miss Anaphylactic. I did. You know what? I didn't even notice the bees that were in the lining of her dress like that. That's really pretty.
Mhm.
I am very excited for Miss Anaphylactic. I feel like anyone who's a part of the House of Gorgeous is kind of gonna be like that girl. Um, we're seeing a little bit of that with Banksy on UK5. Obviously, you have Cheetah Gorgeous, like duh, it's like stunning. And
Mhm.
Miss Anaphylactic going on Dragula, I am very, very excited to see because just from the little things we've got from other members of the House of Gorgeous, it's artistic and different and like I'm very excited. I just love this look as well. Like the bees, like the little like the hexagon honeycomb kind of beehive kind of look. It's kind of like detached. I don't know, it's
Mhm.
just it just a little gritty but also glamorous. I'm like, okay, Dracula girly.
Oh no, I love it. Everything head to toe. Like I said, I didn't notice like the bees and the honeycomb detailing when I first looked at it, which is weird because I don't that's very hard to miss. But I love everything about this and then getting to like oh, I don't know where it was to kind of oh yeah, in her Meet the Monsters to kind of see how they all are. We get like a sliver of personality taste. I like her because if you know anything from the House of Gorgeous, they are a little bit of campy, a little bit of their direct drag style. So I'm excited to see what she brings when it comes to delivering it into this competition setting. Also, random note, I'm going to be giving a lot of those tonight because we had mentioned Cheddar Gorgeous. I would also not mind seeing Cheddar in this format because I think she would
Period.
kill,
Mm.
And would
or they
eat.
would kill.
Like anaphylactic for me. Like I like when right off the bat you're hitting the four pillars, like drag, the horror, glamour. Like I need to see all of it, and you're giving me all of it. Like, come on. What more can I ask for? Like, this is everything. Everything is so perfectly like placed together. All the references are there for her. Like, come on, she's taking it. She's taking it.
And I think like the concept of doing like hexagons and bees is not necessarily like it's a little cliche, but I think she did it in a way that like she didn't rely on any cliches, and like she still like she didn't do just a beehive hair. She did these two little beehives. She didn't give us just the straight hexagonal pattern on all of it. She gave us the stripe and then the like rotated hexagons up here to give some asymmetry, and it's really nice.
I agree. I also kind of now looking at her hair as well, now that you mentioned it's a little sectioned out, it's kind of giving me a little Frankensteinian a little
Mm-hmm.
bit where it's not like completely in the middle, but it's dissected and it's different. Um, I don't know if she meant to do this because it's a play on her name, but due to the fact that bees and they cause anaphylactic shock. If so, good on you, girl. I'm here for that.
Branding.
Branding. Please welcome to the stage, Branding. Oh.
Branding.
All right. Oh,
Are we moving on?
do we have any final words for Miss Phylacter? Oh, sorry. I'm loving the detailing of the nails because if you're not wearing nails, you're not doing drag. I love that on her. Oh, I want those gloves now. Damn.
I think the only thing that's a little weird for me is that the sleeve ends you have the gold detailing and then it's the black glove underneath that. I don't know why
Mhm.
that's like a little weird for me. I wish that it was either like all visibly one piece and it's just like the sleeves end with the gloves, or it was like
Mm-hmm.
cut and then she cut a little further up and then she had gloves. I don't know.
Funny you
Like
meant.
that's so nitpicky.
Oh no, it is, but I also have a nitpicky thing as well. Like you see, like the little the gray kind of tonal embellishments, like right on the bottom where that yellow sleeve hits. I would have
Mm.
preferred if the sleeve was larger and a little longer to elongate and do drama rather than leaving that here. Because I'm sure once the outfit actually moves, it's a very non-issue. But when it's captured in like still pictures, we see that rather
Right.
than just like a full dramatic moment that she is completely giving.
And it is just like the one little piece. It doesn't
Right.
look like it's serving any purpose necessarily further than like maybe making it look tattered. And I hate to say that, but like that's what it is giving.
Mm-hmm.
Still such a minor complaint. Like the look is
Oh,
there.
so
Right.
minor, so
And she
minor.
she perfectly she knows how to, like, her body is right. She, like, the
Hmm.
cut of the dress is gorgeous. It hits her legs where it needs to. It tucks her hips in
Hmm.
so well. The stripe of the bees really like accentuates the line of the mermaid tail.
Mhm.
It's
Right.
so
It's
good.
like she knew how to
So
photograph
good.
the look too. Like she's
Hmm.
she's poised, she's structured. Love. Definitely a threat to me.
I agree.
And is. And
Ooh.
is. All right. Next, we're gonna move on to Miss Blackberry, hailing from Houston, Texas. I think is she the first Houston girly that we've or ghoulie that we've seen?
I don't remember where everyone is from, if I'm honest.
Because I know we've gotten Dallas girlies with like Eva. Because I know she specifically said that she was from Dallas.
Random fun fact about Eva, her sibling went to the same school as my sister, and she was at my sister's high school graduation.
Period.
I
Period.
didn't interact with her, but I saw her in the crowd and tweeted at her. And yeah,
Aw.
And was there a
my
response?
I believe there was. I don't remember. This was like 5 or 6 years ago at this point.
With Blackberry, the first thing I get, which I didn't get at first, is like a very big hymn reference from like the
Yes.
Powerpuff Girls.
Mm,
So good. Oh, this is so good. They're a bearded queen. She is giving the drama with the hands, the rib cage that's freaking beaded out to hell.
Hmm.
Looks so good. And I don't know what the stones are right there, like kind of closer toward like the where the fabric kind of meets to finish out that mermaid tail a little bit. Not exactly sure what that is, but overall, I really love this. I really, really love this, especially coming from a reference after my own heart, because you didn't know what the hell him was up for except a good time for themselves, and I'm here for it. I expect her to do the exact fucking same.
And like the stoning on the rib cage is just
Immaculate as fuck.
like it's so good. And there's like there's not even anything I want to like nitpick on this because it's well done. But if I had to nitpick something, I'm going back to cliches, girl. A red devil, come on. You can give us more than that.
Yeah,
But
for,
it
for me,
is
the same.
it is great. Like I think if you're gonna do devil, this was a good way to do it. Look fucking stunning. Oh,
Um,
excuse me.
just to
And
follow.
the
Oh,
mug is right.
yes, and then just to
Mm,
follow up with that, I do agree. However, Louisiana also did that for like her classic Halloween look, where yes, it uh may have just been like Madam Satan and like the horns and the bodysuit, but it all like worked and it's cohesive and it's together. I do agree that I think this is still a very fresh take, but I do also understand where Mikey's coming from, where it's like if you're really gonna do something and it's like known for turn it on its head to where it's like, oh shit, okay, a new interpretation. I like her.
mhm.
Um, I love this look so much. The mug is just right. I love the mustache and the beard. The My favorite detail about this is like the kind of like dripping blood and it's like sparkly and like obviously I talked about like glamour vampire. Like I love like glamour vampire. That's my favorite thing. And just seeing that, I'm just like, ate that up, Disney. But honestly, I love the look. Is it is the a little cliche? But like, you know, it works.
Yeah, like the look itself is like it sticks in your mind when you see it. You're like, okay, like bitch, you better work. However, I mean, I can think of a handful of times on multiple different drag shows where we've seen a red latex dress with a little bit of a like something to make it stand out, a little accessory here or there. So I will read her for that. However, like if I had to choose the best one of those, this is the best one, like by far. The rib cage is everything. I just keep looking at it. All the crystals, everything hanging off.
The rib cage
Like,
is
like
everything.
girl, tell me that's not like serving it for you.
Oh,
Ugh.
she's serving.
I'm excited for her. I'm excited for her for sure.
Okay. Well, if there's no further, I want to keep saying further objections, but I'm like, bitch, this isn't Judge Judy. Um, well, if there's no further comments, we'll go over to our next school, Miss Cynthia Duel. And I fucking love this deranged Cynthia Doll party girl. I am here for her.
I love that she did her hair in the little ponytails that are like a little sparse, so it looks like a fucking like cracked out Cynthia doll.
I love
I
it.
love this.
The shape.
I
Oh, I was
no,
just
go
gonna
ahead.
say the shape of the hair, like little bits, is giving bacon. Come on, Kelly Mantle. But like it,
No, but like
I
that's how the
Yeah.
Cynthia doll on Rugrats
From
yeah
looked. Like
Rugrats.
yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw the video for the first time, and like I think it was like when you first see Cynthia Doll, it's like kind of dark, and you just see the light showing. You see like the little line, like the hair, And I'm just like, this is camp. I'm here for it.
And like the fur coat with the those fucking shoulders. Oh my god. I
So
love
good.
this.
It's
The
an 80s
color.
shoulder moment too. Just big shoulders, exaggerated everything. I will say the one thing, and this is not her fault at all. This is more of a production picky note that I have, is during the Meet the Monsters, she starts with her coat off, but
Mm.
then you cut back to her and she has her coat on. I would have preferred production not do her dirty like that. Have her start with her coat on, give give the designer their dues, give the dramatics, and then go see the thing on the floor and watch her like turn tricks for Tina in the words of Willem. But that again, not her fault. I love this. She looks like if she went to Monster High, she will whoop your ass, and I kind of love it.
Girl, the makeup.
So good.
What? That nose contour is crazy. I love it.
Magnolia Crawford could
I'm
never.
obsessed with it. It's so good.
Magnolia Crawford could never. Uh,
Um, I love that you guys like are living. I love it for you guys. For me, for me personally, I'm just gonna have to be real. For me, everyone has their own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The look for me is like it's it's a look. Like that's all it is for me. Like I'm not like wowed by it like you guys seem to be. I keep staring at the shoe. The shoe is
I
very
was
much
gonna talk about the shoe.
like girl, we've gotten the critiques before. Don't be doing all that.
I
Um,
think I could have liked the shoe a bit more if those like the chain harness around it was the
mhm,
same neon green as the rest of her outfit.
exactly.
But
yeah.
it's because it's black, you just can't really see it, and it's just giving black boot, which is
Yeah.
like okay.
And that like that the look itself, like I'm not like the most flattered by the cuts and the garment itself under the jacket. They're a little uneven.
Oh,
I
the like
like the cutouts between
between the bra and the and like the
yeah.
bodice.
Yeah, and like the little stringy green is giving like I wiped a booger on myself. I don't know. For me, like just for me.
I don't
It's
know,
not a
but
bad look.
with
It's
those
not bad,
nostrils, that might be intentional.
girl.
Listen.
She said, look at my nose contour. The boogers that came out right here.
Yo, not the contour. Uh,
No,
I
but it's
know
not a bad look. It's not my favorite.
no, and I don't expect. Here's the thing: I don't expect them to go all out on the first go either. I know none of us do, but I know she has more to give. I can't wait to see what the personality that we're already seeing in this picture and on the runway what she has to give. Um I don't know if any of you guys also listen to Creatures of the Night, which is the Boulay Brothers podcast. They had just released something I think a few days ago in regard to like why they casted each girl. Morgan, something tells me that you're gonna like her because apparently she is very she's very nice to the producers and all the people that she needs to, but she brings the action. She brings the drama. She
I mean,
brings the
she
tea.
can only go up from here, right?
Oh
I kid.
no, I know you
I
have
kid.
reservations on one other ghoulie, and we'll get into her soon. Uh, as she sips the coke.
Hmm. And it's cherry.
And is her ring a spider?
Her ring, yeah, I think it is a spider.
Okay.
On
Hmm.
horror detail to make it horror.
Yeah, she wanted like one more thing to be like, you
Oh,
get it?
the chain wasn't it.
Yeah. No. Anyway.
And then honestly, she's serving like pageant necklace, which I think like doesn't really fit with the rest of it. Like it's this really gorgeous, beautiful necklace that would look great with like a really gorgeous, beautiful gown.
And yeah, and like the makeup, while it's stunning, like I'm not understanding how that goes with the like green lime monster of it all. I don't know. It's fine. I don't want to bash her too much.
Saving it for the other girlies. All right.
Hello.
Don't have hiccups and do a podcast, y'all. Okay. Next thing. Next ghoulie, we have Fantasia Royale Gaga from Miami. Send fucking sensational.
I'm
First
trying
of
not to
all,
say mother.
oh no, say it. It's warranted.
It's
Tits.
mother. It's mother. Oh my god. It's
She's giving Beetlejuice realness.
Mhm.
I
And from what I hear, the titties are also not a breastplate, so that's gonna be very interesting.
they are not.
Those are
I
hers?
Those are hers.
Yes,
mother.
Miss Fantasia Royale Gaga. I know her from the show Hot House, which was hosted by Tiffany Pollard and had some really stun like guest judges like Cupcake and Matthew Camp and another girl which I can't remember her name. Oops. But Miss Fantasia, like obviously I'm not going to go into spoilers about that show because I know some of you, probably all of you, haven't seen it, but she is just like she's just so good. I just love her. She's just like I don't know. I just love I'm very excited to see her and I really love this outfit. What I'm concerned with is that I personally haven't seen a whole lot of like horror and a whole lot of like filth and stuff, and I feel like she might fall into the same archetype as Miss Sigourney Beaver. Maybe I'm gonna be proved wrong. Um I am very excited to see what Miss Fantasia brings because she is
Oh,
mother.
she is. She's giving.
And like I don't want to like I also am trying not to say mother right now, but if we're gonna read other girls about cliche references, I need to read her on come on, like you're giving Beetlejuice? But the construction of this gourmet
Yeah, you know what? I'm here for that because gore, man. Why not?
the construction of this gourmet is stunning. The tatas are sitting just right. The protrusions on the hip that she's resting her fucking hands on, mama. Like she knows how to serve this fucking outfit.
Is it weird? I know she wants to say something. Give me. It's a gourmet.
No, I just love it.
There's one thing that. Sorry, again, I agree. However, the hiccups got me, bitch. But I wish that the lines for, like, the bodice of the dress were the same instead of here where it fits her well, and then cutting her off to go down. I wish all of those lines were all the same. Yeah, it may have been a little simpler, but I think it would have been at least a little more effective.
Or like put a strip of like black right there so if they're not lined up, it's intentional.
Yes,
Like
absolutely.
because you can she has all these little like these little black straps right here.
Mm-hmm.
You could just stick an extra one right there, and then if they don't match up, we won't notice as much.
Oh, exactly.
I one thing I'm obsessed with is the little tie. I love that.
It's
I
so
think
good.
it's so good.
I'm trying so hard not to like fangirl. Like I'm so sorry. Like I love Beetlejuice. I have a poster behind me. Beetlejuice is like when I saw the reference, as soon as she stepped around the corner, I was like, oh, she's taking it. And I'm also a fan of like simple. You don't have to put like we'll see later. You don't have to put everything you own on when you step around the corner. You can be a little simple and it can still be effective, which is what I'm seeing here. Like the dress itself, come on, construction. the simple black latex glove, the little accessory like mini tie that's also like latex. Like, come on, and the makeup is makeuping. Like, how can you not say mother? But I like in the same sense that Max said, I am a little worried about is she going to give us the filth and the gore because that's what I need the most when I'm looking
Mhm.
at Dracula. I look for the girls that give me a little like grunge, a little like I want to be spooked. Like this isn't spooking me. It's campy, which is cute. I love camp. I need a little more from her moving forward,
Mhm.
but it's still out of the park.
Period. I definitely think that with her experience, I'm sure she's been around the scene for quite some time and has some great experience and damn hiccups knowledge under her belt that she's gonna serve the girlies, make them learn a thing or two. I do agree that maybe the filth or the horror is yet to be seen, but if there's anything that I love, it's being fuck is being proven wrong. So we'll see. All right. All right, next up, and one of my personal favorites, I'm just going to say this outright, Jarvis Hammer. My God, there's a whole, someone else is going to need to go first. I need to take care of these fucking hiccups. I can't.
Raises hand. One. Okay. For me, it gives like kind of Ghost, but also Jack Frost vibes. Um, One thing that I love was kind of the portrayal in the Meet the Monsters. Like they were acting in the like. Oh my God, I just like this 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 person. Oh, they love acting. They love theater. Like I love like I don't know if I have any notes. This might be one of my favorites, if not my favorite, in my opinion. Um, yeah, that's that's it. Like, what am I supposed to say? Father, I said it.
For me, the reference immediately went to like the ghoul from Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated back in the day, like the old
Ah,
spooky, like one of the original episodes. One of the first episodes has like a green ghoul with shackles on it that like it's just like a floating little ghost. Like that's immediately what I went to. It's come on, just come on. Look at the details. Look at the pant into the shoe. The sleeves are
The shoe
everything.
cover. The shoe cover
the
is
shoe
shoe
cover.
cover. Like,
Literally. And
and
the makeup,
oh my God, like, are you
like,
kidding?
come on.
These
And
hiccups are going to do me
Oh
in
my
there.
God.
and
It's just
like
everything.
the my first like the first thing that I saw was like Jacob Marley from The Christmas Carol meets The Mask,
Yes.
and it's like it's just so good. Like the like the lapel of the coat being
Mm-hmm.
that same like wispy curliness that is on the fringe and that's in the hair. Like it's all
It's
just it's so good. It's so together. It's so well
mhm.
done.
And like I said in the beginning, like drag kings are coming. They're coming to take it. Y'all better watch it out because this is one, there's more to come, and they're all like standouts. So
Okay, and I haven't gone yet. So, oh, phenomenal work. The first kind of references that I get are for any of my Yu-Gi-Oh fans out there, like Reaper of the Cards with like the tattered representation of death. I get when seeing that perform on the Meet the Monsters, I get the horror where they were very expressive with their movement, but I also get like a Dr. Facilier slash Hades type of energy, which is where I feel like the camp comes in for them. which is nice to already see the highs and lows and fuck me, the dynamics of this entertainer. The hair is immaculate, the face is everything. The details all the way down to the shoe cover is I can see that Jarvis is gonna go really far. Will they make top three or wherever the finals is? We won't know because I think there's a lot of standout competition this year, but definitely one of my personal top contenders.
Mhm.
And if I could exterminate these fucking hiccups, I definitely would because she's still winning. Um,
Boop.
boop. All right, next we have JK. JK says, if someone wants to take that while I still try and get rid of these demons.
I'll start. I don't think I completely get it. I see like the biggest reference that jumped out at me was like I said before was Majora's Mask, like the purple with the exaggerated eyes and the thorns. Like that's what it gave me, and I think the tongue is cute. I don't know, it's just giving like the the paint on the eye piece on the chest isn't completely opaque, so it looks a little dusty. I don't necessarily like love how that like how it looks right here. It just looks a little bulky. And then what I really don't get is why she chose that pink for her face and her hair. Because I think the purple and yellow would have been a really sickening combo attached to this look. And I don't know. I feel like it's almost there, but it's not quite giving for me.
Mm. Yeah. So this was another one of them where I was like, oh, like, come on up to the stage and do your thing. And the first thing I think of is the Gottmik look from season 13 of Drag Race. That's immediately what clicked into my mind. Like a little campy monster outfit, very much like cosplay moment. Um, yeah, the tongue, like I'm unsure if that's supposed to be like a mouth that it's just hanging off of. And it's not like anatomically correct for me. Like there's no like continuation downwards to where it like there's the spikes up top and the spikes at the bottom. So like there's just a face in the middle and it's just a face. It's not like a little face and then like a little bit more of a body. So I don't know. It's okay, but it's definitely not a standout for me. It's kind of giving, not to be harsh on the girls, it's giving like a little costumey, like Halloween. I like you could definitely work this in a Halloween show, like for sure. But it didn't stand out for me.
I feel like it lacks a little polish, but I also can understand that this is a very campy and also kind of punky kind of look. I think that I mean, I like the innuendo with the tongue. I think that's kind of like camp and like they were giving it with the performance. But I feel like the outfit.
Miss JK is a Brooklyn girl, so I am excited to see what she gives. The last Brooklyn girl we had in Zavaleta was a standout. So like
Mhm.
Yeah,
if she can bring anything like if she can bring stuff to the level of Zavaleta, I think she'll do well. But this was just not giving for me.
I can't tell what their shoe is because it has been hideously cut off by
I think it's
the
just
people.
like a white platform heel, like a
Okay.
platform, like a white platform stiletto.
I see
Okay.
why they cut it out then.
Yeah.
I was hoping that maybe the heel itself would match the neon that's in the spikes, so that way it kind of brings it around.
I don't think it
Um,
does. I think it's just white.
oh, okay, with that being said, I understand their outfit more once I see them on stage for the Meet the Monsters, that kind of punk, impish type energy, where it's like it's in your face, it's a little more like sadistic and how do I put this? Like a little more playful, but still like very much like it the personality of a Sour Patch Kid put into like a gremlin and a demon and then go fly. So
Period.
I like it as far as the costume. Yeah, okay, it's costumey, but I don't think everyone needs to have the same polish like that. I do like the reference. I would see this more like toward like the wrestling challenge that they did when it comes to that, like giving like kind of this half bodysuit but giving you body type moment. So I appreciate that. Um, so I understand it overall. I just think compared to the competitors that are before them, they have their work cut out for them. And I hope the
Mhm.
personality matches the package that they bring, because if so, nothing is gonna stop this bitch. Absolutely
Like,
nothing.
I definitely want to see like a lot more of what they have to offer because I feel like based on the performance was everything.
Mhm.
So like performance down, maybe we'll be getting some different looks. When you said wrestling, Benji, that like clicked in my mind.
Mhm,
The little tongue piece, like the mouth question, like in quotation marks, it looks like a wrestling belt. That makes sense to me now.
mhm,
Maybe she was going for something like that. I don't know.
And it could be like a cunnilingus reference, since it's right
Mm,
down there on the crotch. She's got her two lips and then the tongue.
right. And we did read some girls earlier for like lacking a little bit of originality. Like we've seen looks with like a face on like a campy face and like a tongue that's sticking out. Like we've seen it. So
And hers was giving purple version of that, but not anything like groundbreaking.
Is
mhm.
this, sorry, I just thought about this. Is this like a purple people eater type reference? Maybe.
Maybe
Because
I'm
I mean,
unsure. That's where I stand on the look. Like I'm unsure.
Hmm.
see, over time I will get my horror references together, I promise. But
Come on, horror purple people eater.
come on, horror purple people eater, it's true.
She's one-eyed and one-horned.
And multiple spikes though.
Mhm.
Although the face though is beat. Like you can't clock her makeup
It
for
is
Mm-hmm.
beat.
shit.
Like
Yeah,
she
the
did a
makeup
great
is
job.
makeuping.
She
So
did a
fucking
great
good.
job. I just the color choice was weird for me. Like that like fuchsia pink against the purple
Mm-hmm.
just wasn't doing it
Yeah,
for me.
That's fair. Okay,
yeah.
let's see. Next we have Neo Huru X from China. And this is something that the Boulets also mentioned. This is the most amount of trans presenting or trans contestants that they've had on the show, with three. Neo Huru being one of them.
Period.
God, I was so drawn to this when I first saw her. Like it's fashion. The face is cunty. She is giving. It's a very dramatic pose. I wish, and this is a very nitpicky detail right here, just because, yeah, um, I wish that this like left hand was popped out a little bit. That way it wasn't hiding. But again, very, very small nitpicky things. I love seeing like a ghoul with not just fashion references, because I'm pretty sure all, I'm not pretty sure, I am sure that all of them have fashion references, but someone that is more fashion focused. I do like seeing that because that's something we haven't necessarily seen 100%. Like the girls can give glamour. That's one of the tenets. Clearly, you have to be able to deliver that in whatever way that works for you. But to see someone with those kind of maybe more modern fashion references and then bringing it to this platform, I think we're gonna get some sickening ass looks depending on how long they stay.
I love the curves and the lines in this. The construction of the jacket and the skirt are really cool. And it's like it's the slickness of it makes it read like latex, but it's like it's still like a puffer jacket and it's really cool. It looks like she probably has an interesting like bra or top on, but we can't really see it because of the hair. That's just like laying right across it. But the hair is giving, just falling like that. And I like that I like the that it's pulled back so that you can see the tattoos on her head. Face is stunning.
For me,
Why not,
like
girl?
fashion down. Like I I'm really into the fashion girls on a regular Drag Race season. Like I'm always looking for like a girl that has her own stylistic choices, that has constructed garments, that has layers to their outfit, that has references to their outfit, and this is giving that. However, um, I'm not a big fan of like all of the mixed materials, like the almost sort of like leather and fur moment. That's not really doing it for me. It looks a little, oh, sorry, a little oversized on most of it. Like it's kind of a little baggy. I don't like the knee cutouts. I don't know if we needed those. If we wanted like to have a leg moment, we could have just like cut off and then cut off. We didn't need like a random knee cutout. I don't know what that's giving to the look. My favorite part is definitely the face. I mean,
It's
and I
so
do
good.
like the wig pullback. I kind of
I
love
think
that.
I think that's so cunty, like to show off
It's so cunty.
the triangle of the tattoo here with the pulled back
Mhm.
wig. And I wonder if it's like I can't tell if it's like a piece that goes all around the back like that, or if it's just like a really fucking full ponytail that she's got like snatched right
It
here.
looks like two like almost like tentacle tendrils that are like slithered
Yeah.
down on either side. I love that. That's my favorite part of the whole look. The rest of
And
the look, it's not like standing out to me.
I wish like it's hard because I'm sure she wants to serve like spooky bitch glamour, but I feel like
Hmm.
the choice of all black in this
Yeah,
kind of makes everything get a little swallowed up. You lose some of the
right.
details, you lose some of the figure.
I kind of wish I
Um,
had like more angles to see. Like if we had like other like maybe they could have chosen a different pose of hers where she's like more front facing and like then angular because like to the side it's all kind of like crumping together and I'm not getting to
yeah,
see the details maybe.
you can't really see what's going on the front of the skirt. You
Hmm.
can't see her midsection, and like I said, right here you can see part of the top sticking out. I wonder
Right.
if that would have added anything to the look.
I think that like my main positive thing is like I want to see more. Like she's already got me hooked a bit. Like I want to
Yeah,
see more of what she has to offer. So
and I love the in the makeup that she has the bleeding nose down into the red lips.
mhm.
Oh shit! You know what? I actually didn't notice that. Damn, that is good.
I I am very conflicted with Neo. Um, I love the drag. I'm gonna say that. I followed past tense
Ooh,
Neo prior to the show, or to the announcement that they were on the cast. Um, I just think that I really like their aesthetic. Like I think it's I don't know, it's like I just love their aesthetic. I don't really know how to describe it. Um, I am aware that there are some allegations of Miss of Neo that we don't know the full story of per se. Uh, but I I think that they're talented, and I'm not really sure what's gonna happen. But I'm excited that they're showcasing their drag to a platform.
Do you think they'll address this or maybe have addressed this during the time of filming?
I know Nihuru has posted that this was something that happened in, I believe, 2021. And it was something that I think she was under the impression was resolved. But she made a public statement about it. Obviously, we want to believe victims, but I also do know that, like, especially in the climate we're in, queer people and especially like gender non-conforming people and people who do drag are getting vilified and being called predators. So I would like to believe that it's not the case, but we'll see what happens. I don't know the full story. I don't think we will ever know the full story, but if something happens, it will. And I think for now it's better to just leave it until we have a better idea of what's going on, and we can continue celebrating and reading these girls.
All right, speaking of next ghoulie, we have Miss Onyx on Dix. Now, from what I've heard, again from the podcast, I'm going to be referencing that a little bit. She's a circus performer,
Ooh.
so we're gonna get some dips and tricks and some oddities that.
And I think she's very much giving that in this promo,
Mhm.
in the Dragula way. Like the headpiece, first of all, is super stunning. I love that it's hair and not like feathers,
Mhm.
but it's still the circus like showgirl headpiece, and then the blood coming down. And I think it's stoned. Like, come on. I love the construction of the corset. I think it's super cool. I wish there were a little bit more on the bottom, but it's really fucking cool. She looks great. She is painted. I love the one long nail. Like,
Mhm.
she has sold me on that she is going to be fun to watch, I think.
Oh, for
Mhm.
sure. When I saw her meet the monsters, I was like, oh, okay, ass. Okay. I see you. That's the aesthetic we're going for, and I'm here for you. Yeah, that crown is stoned to the fucking highest degree. Love it. And I love this is how you do a corset and it's effective. Like,
Mhm.
I really don't love this one scraggly piece of fruit roll up in the front. Like I wish there was like, I don't know. I wish there were maybe more of them, but I don't know, like, just the one is throwing me off. It's giving like loincloth in the worst way.
Mhm.
But the corset is just so cool. I really I love it from the waist up. Like, waist up, solid, sold, signed, sealed, delivered.
I agree, and I feel like as soon as I saw Onyx step out onto the runway, I just had this energy that I'm like, I feel like she's going far in this cast. I just think she's like, I wouldn't say completely like polished and put together like that, but I feel like there's something about her that I really, really enjoy. Um, and I also just love a bitch who will just cover themselves in blood. Call me old fashioned.
Hmm.
Classic red crimson moment, you know, just what we needed.
Oh, we love a bit of crimson. We do.
We do.
Period. I do like the look. I've decided. I was a little on the fence. Um, but like just really getting to look at it, like even though like it is a little simple, I'm kind of impartial to the little like thong showing. Like it's sexy, it's cute. Like you said, the dried like chicken's burnt skin that's hanging isn't my favorite in the world, but it's better than having nothing there, I guess.
Yeah,
Um, the headpiece, I mean, the headpiece. Come
it's so good.
on.
Like, and her makeup is so good underneath it
Hmm.
all too. Like the cunty cut crease always does it for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it is one of those things that like a lot of drag queens do nowadays, but just like a
Hmm.
fucking cunt wing like that with the cut crease. I love it.
And I'm definitely ready for like a performance. I want the performance. I want you
Mhm.
to, bitch, come out and do Cirque du Soleil.
Right. That's what I was
Yes.
gonna say. Like if she's a circus performer, she better serve that.
She's also a Philly
Hmm.
girl, so another East Coast girl.
Her.
We love Philly.
All right. Ooh, another one of my favorites, although I know more. I have something to say about the shoe. It's Orkgotic from Buenos Aires. Listen, there honestly, aside from the boot, there's nothing else that is wrong in my eyes. I love the look from head to toe. I loved when they were on the stage and giving that energy. The only reason I'm talking about the boot is because literally it has been de facto. If you wear a Club Kid boot, you are gone.
At least Orkotic is doing it in the promo where they're not gonna get critiqued for this by the Boulets. Because I really think the rest of this is so cool.
Oh,
It's giving like futuristic racer, it's giving wrestler, it's giving like the it's almost giving like football pad up here, but in a really cool way. It's super well constructed. I love the sharp claws on the hands. It's really cool.
Right. For me, I was like, when I saw the Meet the Queens, I was like, oh, this bitch is scary. And I love that. Like, I love when a queen comes out around the corner and they like start scaring me. It was giving Cenobite, like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh. And the structure of everything, everything's like jagged, like you're gonna cut me. And we can read the shoes, but there's also like the detail of it being like on like steel fucking rebar that you're
Right.
walking out in. Like, what? Who's doing that? It really stood out to me as somebody to watch. I'm really hoping that they go far just because I want to see more like really spooky. Like I want to be scared. And this was the one girl in the cast. I was like, oh, I'm scared.
I'm scared.
I
This is some
yeah,
scurry shit.
I will say when I first saw them, my first impression was like, I don't know. I don't know about this one. Like I wasn't really living for it. And then I saw the boots and I'm like, okay, I thought we've talked about this before. And though I may still not 100% get it, and maybe I'll just have to have them explain it in very, very long detail. Uh I still I find it like grunge and creepy and like sleep
Sleep
paralysis.
It's
paralysis.
very
Oh,
sleep paralysis demon.
Very, very that. Apparently, I just don't know how to say words.
I could have told you
Uh,
that, girl.
places, things, nouns.
I don't know. I think what the creepiest part, like although like I love like the look in general overall, I really love that, and like the claws, I'll call them. What creeps me out is like the smile that they give. Like the
This like
red lip and the
sickly
white.
smile. Ugh.
Mhm.
I look at that and I just shiver a little bit. Yeah. Gives me the little shivers.
It's also kind of giving me Morgan hit the nail on the head, at least for one of the references I wanted to give. It gives Cenobite, it also gives like this, if you look at like the chest plate and the way things are out, it's kind of like this insectoid alien from another
Mm.
planet
Mhm.
coming to eat and serve themselves and themselves only. Yeah. There's not much else I can say. It's like it's post-verbal.
Period. Definitely watching this one.
Me too.
Uh, all right. Oh, there's been a lot of debate about this one, especially in this gorifying household. The next contestant that we are going to be taking a look at is Miss Satana. I'm gonna let Morgan
I
start because Morgan has a lot to say.
Do I have to?
Yes, you
You
do.
know what? No, I will start because I just want to say I kind of fucking live for this. I think I think it it's giving like Monster High meets fucking like oh, I had a reference that I was going to say before and I just completely forgot it. Um
She did
but
too.
uh, but it's giving like Monster High, Burn in a Fire, but still is sickening and coming to slay the runway. I think it maybe a little rough around the edges, yes, but I like it a lot and I like the details. I like the pom pom in the hair. I like the oversized rosary. I love the chains coming down from the skirt. And I will say that I don't necessarily love the construction of everything, but I think it's put together and accessorized well. And the mug is giving. Oh God, she is
Morgan's ready to let her have it.
painted.
She is very
All right,
painted.
Morgan.
Simon Cowell,
Ooh.
do you have anything to say?
Now listen, I didn't know I was going to be the only nasty girl on the podcast, but I guess that's my thing. Now listen up. I despise like this look. I can't with this look. Let's just start from the bottom. Because I have a note for like every
Come
single
on,
thing
Drake. Starting from
because
the bottom, now we're here.
we start with like our little fuzzy pink slipper, but then we have a random ribbon tied to one side. And then we go up, we have the spider legs. It's whatever. We have the multiple chains hanging down. We have the like ripped up fabric off my couch that's tied around my waist in a skirt question mark. Um, we have the oversized rosary. We have the weird cut of the chest that is like weirdly square for some reason. We have the gloves, which are starting fur, and then they transform into like zebra, and then they transform into claw and spikes, and then they transform into just cut off fingernail. Okay. Another thing, we stare at the choker, which is like almost fleshy material, and it has like a bunch of rings in it. Like, we just keep going because there's more. Oh wait, there's more. We threw everything on before we walked out. I this is what I'm talking about, you guys.
All right,
I
Oxy,
said
please
it earlier.
purify her look.
I said
Is
it
that what we're
earlier.
doing?
Some girls love to throw everything they could think of onto a look. This is one of those girls where she's like, let me add one more thing. Let me add another thing. This could stand out. And then you throw everything together and it's a big clump of a bunch of things you threw on. It's not like there's no like vision, like, oh, this is what I was going for. It's like I threw on a bunch of things that I thought looked good together. And I'm not done. I'm not done. Then we get to the face. And while the face is beat, even in the face details, one eye is different from the other eye because it had to be a little different, right? You had to throw another little something to make it be different because it couldn't just be the same wing on each side. It had to be one sharp line and one like crescent eye. And my least favorite part, the hair, girl, the lopsided pigtail falling down, the two different pom poms. It irks my soul that there are two different style pom poms, and that one of them is like way bigger and fluffier, and one of them is like the smaller pom pom that's more compact. And the one that's on the bigger side, it looks like it's like pulling the pigtail down because it's too big, and it's pissing me off. Oh my god! Like, I'm so sorry to her. I hope she does so well on the season because for me, there's literally nowhere further down. Like, I this look literally makes my skin crawl. The fact that nobody stepped in and was like, hey, maybe take one thing off, girl. You don't need X, Y, and Z. Maybe just A through U. Like, maybe that's where we stop.
I feel like when you looked at her, this is like how you felt.
Literally, like I started to have a headache because there's so much happening. Ugh.
Well, another thing I will say is I don't love the different tones of pink because you have like the rose pink and then you have like the fuchsia pink, and it's just not
Yeah.
really
We have the
not
hot
really
pink, we
doing
have
it
the
for me.
fuchsia pink, we have like the blush pink, and then we have the multiple different blacks and like the grays and like, girl, pick one. Pick one of the options.
I think the vocabulary word of the day today is cohesion.
Yeah.
Because I'm
I'm
trying
so
my
glad I don't
hardest
have
to
to look at it
understand it
anymore.
because I get her aesthetic, which is very much, very Monster High doll. That's what I'm getting. But I also agree, like, take off a couple of things. Like, I don't think the rosary needed to be that high. If you're going to choose a choker over the rosary, then make
Yeah,
sure
you have two
that's the
necklaces
statement
on.
piece. And then again, yes, the hair does bug me a bit to where it could just be smack dab in the fucking middle. Um, yeah, there's a lot, and I think had she
Mhm.
like toned it down and maybe given herself, I really dislike what this is not doing for her body, the way that she could serve this, like not even like cinching in or anything, but allowing the pattern to go in a way to where it serves her shape rather than making her look less than potentially favorable.
I just have like so much more I want to say about it because I'm so upset.
I mean, that's why we're here.
Nah, you go ahead.
I feel like some girls have like a garment, like a garment horror. This is horror bull.
No, no.
I
Go
I
for it.
like the tights, kinda. I like that she got casted. And I like her name. And I'm sure she's a pretty girl. And I'm sure that she's like that girl to someone's eyes. Um, but this just isn't the way to go for a first impression. This is the first time we get to see you, and you said, all my good drag is already on the show. So let me just throw everything on. Let's just grab every different texture we own, every single different texture we own.
Literally, like pick two of the textures, pick three.
If
We
if
didn't need
Morgan
7.
if Morgan's Simon Cowell, I like to think that I'm like the nicest judge of all time, but I think I have a little inner
Oh, are you giving
Shell
Paula?
Visage
Okay.
in me. But she can only go up from here, hopefully.
Mhm.
Oh my god, if this is the worst thing we're getting. God damn. In the words
Yeah.
of Willem, quit drag.
And I'm not done because I have more to say. Because the more I look at it, the more I just like get frustrated. The actual garment itself, where's the construction? Where's the originality? Like when they read girls for tying fabric around their waist and calling it a garment, that's what we have here. We have a couple little strips. The cut is wrong, clearly not fitted in what way whatsoever. The skirt is literally like I got a piece of fabric off of a fabric piece. I ripped it off. I didn't even cut it. I ripped it off. And then I wrapped it around myself and I tied it on the side because I'm punk or grunge or something. What are we doing? What are we doing, girl? And I hate the gloves. I can't say it enough. I hate the gloves. If they were just one of the things, if it was just like the fur into the zebra print, that'd be fine. If it was just the zebra print into the cloth, that would be fine. But it has to be all three because why wouldn't it be? Um, yeah, I feel so bad. Like I'm sure she's lovely.
Declaw, girl.
She'll
Declaw.
probably be my favorite queen of the season. Like
Oh.
we'll watch episode 1 and I'll be like, okay, that's Mother.
I'm
But
reading her bio, and apparently, from her bio, she's a performer, and she has the ability to verbally destroy anyone. I think.
destroy me, please. Like I want to be destroyed. I just can't. I never want to see the look again. And I've seen it like 4 too many times. I'm done with the look. I never want to see it again.
All right,
I
so I
am
will grant you your win.
I'm excited to see her in the future. But yeah, that's all I
I'm
gotta say.
lukewarm on it.
I'm sure the ones I can't wait to see her personality, because if she's already revered as like a fucking firecracker, and she can read. I feel like she's gonna be making some TV gold at the very least.
Please do. Because right now we're
This is
getting
also only
TV
one outfit. There's still
graphite.
a lot to see. Um, and then last but certainly not least, we have Throb Zombie. Another drag king. Um, I just looked at this now. Well, first the boots I do enjoy. It's the stripes are kind of giving me the reference back when Victoria was on season 2 for her Mad Max kind of like post-apocalyptic look. It's kind of giving me that a little bit. And then I just noticed this is boo on the front, which is a very cute touch. It's very campy. And then I think the wings also said like fuck me Vladdy or something like that.
Bite me, daddy.
Oh, bite me daddy. But I like
I
how
think
they
it says Vladdy,
yeah, because
VLADDY.
I'm seeing the VL and the A in the wing here.
Flop your
Um,
begins.
but I love their aesthetic, how they don't just they are very much gender bending and are like gender queer in the all throughout their drag, and that's something that excites me because to the extent that we are seeing more drag kings, and I would love to continue to see that representation and aesthetic. We also haven't seen this type of aesthetic even to further convey like, hey, even though this isn't the only thing that drag kings can do, you also cannot fit them in a box. Drag is different for everybody, and what that looks like is going to be different to everybody. So I love seeing a king and a heel. I love seeing their like sexual energy when they were performing. They have a history of burlesque. They're more punk rockish, so I can't wait to see what that translates to with the rest of their time on Dragula.
I really like this a lot. I love like the makeup is super cool. The paint detailing on the like the suit is really cool. I love the little vampire bite right on the chest right here. Like the details are really good. And I think I mean like we Morgan said it before, watch out for the kings.
Yeah, definitely walked around the corner and I'm like, okay, once again, they're taking it. Like, now, was it to the same level as our previous drag king that was on the stage? Not for me. Like, it was a little costumey. The wings, didn't really love that they were a little floppy. You couldn't really, like, even just now, we were having trouble discerning what the words were on them. Um, but I like the camp factor. I like that it was a little raunchy. I liked that. Definitely a standout,
The
but
little bit of
wasn't my
hair
favorite.
right below the belly
Yeah,
button is camp.
right.
Oh wait, it's
But
giving
wasn't my
Merkin.
favorite.
Sorry,
It
it's
was
giving
okay for me.
Merkin.
I I love vampires. And there are parts of this that I just love. And then there's other parts of this that I'm unsure about. I don't know why, but I feel like past like the blue like body, I don't know why, but I feel like they're wearing like boxer briefs. Because it has like a little cut and then it has some like latex tight with like boot thingy going on. I'm like, okay, you better work. I love the mug. Um, I like that they're artistic. I feel like I definitely am excited to see more. I'm not completely in love with this, but I also don't like hate it. Uh, I think it's a decent look
Mhm.
overall.
I think I kind of like agree with what you were saying. Like I think the details in like the collar piece and in the gloves are really cool. I wish there were some more details like that around the hips and lower, because it's just like the gloves with like all the leather straps and the rings is really cool. The gold details on the collar piece is really cool, and then it's just like straight black pant and then the boot cover.
Right. I think we're on the same wavelength as, like, I like it, but it's not like one of my favorites. I like it. I'm excited for them.
All right, well, that's all of our ghoulies. All right. I would like to say before we go as well, who's in your top three based off of what we've seen? Like, if you are only giving the looks and the me are monsters, who do you think is gonna make top three this season?
I will go first. I think my three is probably anaphylactic, Fantasia Royale Gaga, and Jarvis Hammer. I think all of them, like, they each have their own aesthetic. They each look like they're going to be seasoned like performers who are able to succeed in not only like fashion challenges but like performance challenges as well. And like there are so many honorable mentions like Onyx, Orgotic. Like I think a lot of people are going to be really people to watch on this season. The monsters I think are bringing it.
Hmm. Well, obviously, my number one is Satana.
Give it a nut, girl.
Just kidding. The way we almost have the same top three is actually crazy. But I'm gonna drop anaphylactic. I think I could see her being like the gag that, oh, you think they're gonna do amazing and then they don't. Um, so I'm gonna say Fantasia because that's mommy. I'm gonna say Jarvis, and I'm going to say Onyx.
I am struggling to cut it to three people. Like, I love Jarvis, I love Fantasia, Onyx, me just forgetting everyone else. I really like Anna and Neo Hero. To cut it down to three, I think that I feel like Onyx maybe. I feel like Anna's there, and I want to say Jarvis, and I feel like Fantasia as well. I feel like me just naming half the cast now. I feel like I feel like I want Fantasia to make it to the end, but I don't think she will. Just based on that, I feel like she might not be able to deliver in the Four Pillars of Dragula. But I really want her to, because that's screams on the rooftops. I think that's my three.
I think I might have maybe the more unconventional out of the three. Jarvis Hammer, first off, is I've said it before and I'll say it again, definitely a part of my top three. Second one for me is going to be Blackberry. I think Blackberry brings a lot to the table. Um, and I could just see it in their photo. They look very fucking hungry and ready for it. And not
Me
because
either.
craft services forgot to feed them, but no, like I see it in their
I
eyes.
can't
They
relate.
fucking want this. Like I can kind of feel the energy that they're gonna potentially give, or rather that I would like to see them give, like something that's still campy but still very sinister. It gives this reference like down. And then finally, oh fuck. It's a tie for me, but if I had to break the tie, it would be for Orc Gothic. It's just so out there, so different to what we've seen, but still fitting within the quote unquote scope. Still like rebranding the box. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, but you could rebrand the wheel. Be like, this wheel is better. We like this wheel. Um, but then my honorable mention would be Miss Onyx on Dix, just because I feel like her personality and her drag and the fire that she has would definitely be unmatched. I think she would be what they call now the Exorcister, because if I remember correctly, Coco Kane was our first crowned Exorcister of Dragula. So now I feel like we're gonna start seeing that title. I hope that comes with a cash prize as well. But yeah, this has been a lovely discussion, Ghoulies. The next time you will see us, we will be discussing, reviewing, and potentially reacting to episode one when it does hit on Halloween. If you have any comments or any questions for us, or if you want to tune in on the conversation, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Uh, but for now, this is Boo You Whore signing off. See you next time, ghoulies. Where the